In the quietest moment, your own body can become the loudest storm. When you are alone and fear arrives, can you be your own refuge? Can you find the stillness within the chaos? The final step we will uncover is not merely about survival, it is about true self-mastery. You must stay until the end to understand it. Recognizing storms. It is a curious thing, the relationship we have with our own physical vessel. For decades, it serves us. It carries us through joy and through sorrow, through labor and through rest. We become so accustomed to its rhythms, its familiar aches and whispers, that we can forget to listen. We forget that the body is like the sky. Most days it is clear, perhaps with a few passing clouds of discomfort that we barely notice. But sometimes a storm gathers on the horizon. The first step in navigating this storm is not to panic at the sight of the dark clouds, but to simply recognize them for what they are, with clarity and with courage. This is the practice of awareness. It is a practice we cultivate in quiet times, so that we may use it in the most turbulent of times. The signs of a great physical storm, what is called a heart attack, are not always dramatic like a clap of thunder. Sometimes they are subtle, a pressure in the chest, not always a sharp pain, but a deep, persistent weight, as if a stone has been placed upon you. This sensation can be confusing. The mind, in its desire for comfort and normality, will immediately begin to create stories. It is only indigestion. I am just tired. It will pass. This is the mind's natural defense against a frightening reality. But our practice teaches us to observe these stories without being captured by them, to see the thought, acknowledge it, and then let it go, returning our focus to the raw sensation itself. The pressure may travel. It may move into your arm, most often the left, but sometimes the right. It can feel like a deep ache, a numbness, or a tingling. It can rise into your jaw, your neck, your back, or your stomach. This spreading of sensation is an important message. The body is communicating a systemic distress. It is not a localized event. Along with this pressure, the breath may become difficult to find. You may feel as if you cannot draw a full, deep breath, no matter how you try. A cold sweat might break out, your skin becoming damp and cool even if the room is warm. These are not just symptoms. They are messengers. They are the winds heralding the arrival of the storm. To recognize them is the first and perhaps most crucial act of self-preservation. It is not an act of fear, but an act of profound self-respect. You are honoring the signals of the vessel that has carried you for over 60 years. In the Shaolin arts, we learn to feel an opponent's intention before they strike. We watch their posture, their breathing, their gaze. We are not looking for what we hope to see, but for what is truly there. In this moment, your body is not your opponent, but its signals must be met with the same level of clear, unbiased attention. Do not fight the reality of what you are feeling. Do not deny it. Simply observe. Say to yourself, there is a pressure here, the breath is short here, there is a sensation in my arm. By naming it without a story, you strip it of the terror and are left with only information. This information is the foundation for all the wise actions that must follow. Without this clear recognition, you are lost in the fog of denial, and the storm will overtake you before you have even had a chance to seek shelter. This initial step is a test of a lifetime of awareness. Have you practiced listening to your body? Have you treated it as a partner in your journey, or merely as a tool to be used? If you have neglected this relationship, do not despair. The moment of the storm is a powerful teacher. It forces you to listen, perhaps for the first time. The pain, the pressure, the shortness of breath, these are not your enemies. They are your guides. They are the bells of an ancient temple, ringing to call you to attention. Your only task in this first chapter of the storm is to hear them, to stop everything else you are doing, to sit or stand in stillness for a moment and simply listen, to acknowledge with the calm dignity of a mountain that feels the first winds of a hurricane, a storm is here. This clarity, this radical acceptance of the present moment, is the solid ground upon which you will build your survival. It is the beginning of transforming a moment of pure panic into a demonstration of self-mastery, seeking harbor. Once the storm has been recognized, the second movement of this form is to seek the harbor. A lone ship, no matter how well built, does not try to face the full fury of a hurricane in the open sea. The wise captain knows the limits of the vessel and the power of the ocean. With this knowledge, the captain's immediate, unwavering action is to guide the ship towards the safety of a port, to a place of community and assistance. In our journey, this harbor is the help that exists outside of ourselves. The act of reaching for the telephone to call for emergency services is not a sign of weakness. It is a profound act of wisdom, humility, and self-compassion. It is an acknowledgement that we are part of a larger whole, and that in times of great need, it is our strength, not our fragility, to ask for aid. Our ego can be a powerful resistor in this moment. A voice may arise that says, "Do not be a bother. What if I am wrong? I can handle this myself." This voice is born of pride, and pride has no place in a storm of survival. You must see this voice, acknowledge its presence, and then gently set it aside. The decision to call for help is not a surrender, it is a strategic command. You are the master of your own vessel, and you are making the most intelligent choice for its preservation. When you make this call, you are building a bridge from your island of solitude and fear to the mainland of support and expertise. The act itself is a ritual. As you reach for the phone, do so with intention. This is not a frantic, panicked grasp, it is a deliberate movement. You are taking control. When you speak, the practice of clarity is paramount. The storm inside your body will be raging, and the mind will want to follow it into chaos. But your voice can be an anchor. Speak as clearly and as calmly as you are able. State your name, state your location, and then state the essential facts. I believe I am having a heart attack. There is no need for a long story. There is no need for apologies or for minimizing your condition. The messengers have already given you the information you need. The pressure, the pain, the breathlessness. Your task is to relay this information to those who can help. I have a pressure in my chest. The feeling is in my arm. I am alone. This simple, direct communication is an exercise in mindfulness. You are focusing your entire being on a single, vital task. This focus pulls the mind away from the spiraling thoughts of fear. It gives the mind a purpose, a structure to hold on to in the midst of the internal whirlwind. Think of it as a mantra. The sound of your own calm voice becomes a tool to soothe the very nervous system that is in turmoil. It demonstrates to yourself that even in this extreme moment, there is a part of you that is still in command, a part that is clear and capable. This act of seeking harbor is also an act of trust. You are placing your faith in the system of care that society has built, in the paramedics who will come, in the doctors who will attend to you. This trust is a form of letting go. You are acknowledging that you have reached the limit of your own ability to handle the situation alone, and you are gracefully, wisely opening yourself to the help that awaits. This is a beautiful, powerful posture of the human spirit. It is the recognition of our interconnectedness. For a person who has spent a lifetime being self-reliant, this can be the most difficult step. But true self-reliance includes the wisdom to know when solitude is no longer a strength. The journey through the later stages of life, especially after 60, is often a lesson in this graceful dance between independence and interdependence. Do not let a lifetime of pride be the reason you face the storm alone in the open sea. Recognize the storm, and then, with courage and clarity, immediately steer your vessel toward the harbor. It is the single most important navigational decision you will make. Prepared action. In the moments after you have sought harbor, after the call for help has been made, there can be a space, a waiting period. This space can be filled with escalating panic, or it can be filled with purposeful, prepared action. The choice is yours. A warrior does not begin to sharpen his sword on the morning of the battle. The sharpening is a practice done in times of peace, so that when the sword is needed, it is ready. In the same way, our preparation for a moment like this is not made in the moment itself, but in the calm days that preceded it. This chapter of our response is about honoring that preparation. For this specific storm, one of the most recognized and effective preparations is a simple aspirin. This is not a folk remedy, it is a medically sound, immediate action that can have a significant impact on the outcome of the event. Having it readily available, not locked in a difficult cabinet, but perhaps in a small designated dish on a counter or in a personal bag, is part of the practice of caring for your future self. The act of taking the aspirin is itself a ritual that restores a sense of agency. When the body is in revolt and the mind is reeling from a loss of control, a simple physical task can be a powerful anchor. You are not just passively waiting for the storm to pass or for help to arrive. You are participating in your own rescue. You are taking a concrete step. The instruction is specific, and following it brings structure to the chaos. Chew 1 adult-strength aspirin. Chewing it rather than swallowing it whole allows it to be absorbed into your bloodstream more quickly through the vessels under your tongue. This small detail is important. It is a reminder that even in a great crisis, the small, correct actions matter. As you perform this simple act, focus your full attention on it. Feel the texture of the tablet. Taste its bitterness. The sensation grounds you in the present moment, in the physical reality of what you are doing. This is not a magic cure. It will not suddenly end the storm, but it is a powerful ally. It works to thin the blood, helping it to flow more easily past any blockage that is causing the distress in your heart. It is a small warrior that you are sending into the battlefield within you. By taking this action, you are shifting your mindset from that of a victim to that of a partner in your own healing. You are working with your body, not just being subjected to its turmoil. This principle of prepared action extends beyond just the aspirin. It could be having a list of your medications and allergies clearly written and visible on your refrigerator. It could be having your front door unlocked, a step we will discuss later. The core idea is that the self-mastery we practice in our daily lives, the order, the structure, the forethought, is not just for creating a pleasant environment. It is a profound training for moments when that very structure can be the difference between life and death. So, in that space of waiting, do not let your mind wander into the dark forests of what if. Bring it back to the present with a simple, prepared action. This action says to yourself and to the universe, I am not passive. I am not helpless. I have prepared for this, and now I will use my preparation. It is a declaration of your will to participate, to engage with the reality of the situation in a constructive, powerful way. It is the warrior calmly drawing their well-sharpened sword, not with aggression, but with the quiet confidence of knowing it is the right tool for the right moment. This simple act of chewing an aspirin becomes a profound statement of clarity, preparation, and an unwavering commitment to your own journey. It is a small anchor of control in an ocean of uncertainty, and it can make all the difference. Finding stillness. Now we arrive at the heart of the practice. The storm is recognized, the harbor is being sought, a prepared action has been taken. Now you must face the storm itself. It is raging within your chest. Your mind is filled with the thunder of fear. In this moment, the temptation is to struggle, to fight, to mentally thrash against the reality of what is happening. But the Shaolin wisdom teaches us the opposite. The way to survive a whirlpool is not to swim against its current, but to find the calm center and allow yourself to be guided. The way to withstand a great wind is not to be a rigid oak that will snap, but a flexible bamboo that will bend. This chapter is about finding the stillness in the eye of the storm. This stillness already exists within you. It is your true nature. The storm is temporary. The stillness is eternal. Your task is to remember it. The most powerful tool you have for this is your breath. The breath is the bridge between the body and the mind. When the mind is in panic, the breath becomes short, rapid, and shallow. When the body is in distress, it signals the mind to panic, and the breath follows. This creates a vicious cycle of fear. You can break this cycle. You cannot will the pain in your chest to go away. You cannot will the ambulance to arrive faster. But you can, with gentle persistence, guide your breath. This is the ultimate act of self-mastery. Do not try to force a deep breath. The body will not allow it. Instead, simply observe the breath you have. Feel the air enter your nostrils. Feel it move into your chest, however shallowly. Then feel it leave. The most important part of this practice is the exhalation. Try to make your out-breath just a little bit longer, a little bit slower than your in-breath. This is not just a mental trick. It has a profound physiological effect. A long, slow exhalation activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the body's natural calming mechanism. It is the rest and digest system that stands in opposition to the fight or flight system of panic. It tells your heart that it can slow down just a little. It tells your blood vessels that they can relax just a little. Each conscious, slow exhalation is a message of peace you are sending to every cell in your body. It is a gentle hand on a frightened animal. You are soothing yourself from the inside out. Do not worry if your mind wanders. It will. Thoughts of your family, of your life, of your fear will arise. This is normal. Do not fight them. As with the storm itself, simply acknowledge them, like clouds passing in the sky, and then gently return your focus to your breath. Inhale, exhale, just a little slower. Find a comfortable seated position, which we will discuss more, but let your body be as soft as possible. Release the tension in your jaw. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench your hands. Every part of you that is clenched in fear is consuming precious oxygen and energy. By consciously releasing this tension, you are conserving your resources. You are becoming efficient. This is the wisdom of the bamboo. It does not waste its energy fighting the wind. It yields, and in yielding it survives. This practice of finding stillness is what all meditation, all martial arts, all mindful living prepares you for. It is for this exact moment. Not for a peaceful morning on a cushion, but for the heart of the storm. You are discovering that your true strength is not in your power to fight, but in your power to be still, to be the calm, unmoving center around which the entire hurricane of sensation and emotion revolves. This stillness is your refuge. It is your strength. And in this moment, it is your greatest medicine. Assuming position. The body and the mind are not separate entities. They are two sides of the same coin. The state of one profoundly influences the state of the other. As you work to find stillness in your mind through the breath, you must also place your body in a position that supports this stillness and aids its physical process. The posture you assume in this critical time is not a trivial detail. It is an active participation in your survival, a physical expression of the mental clarity you are cultivating. The instinct when feeling unwell or faint may be to lie down flat. However, in the specific storm of a heart attack, this can make breathing more difficult. When you lie flat, gravity can cause your abdominal organs to press up against your diaphragm, restricting the already limited movement of your lungs. This can increase the feeling of breathlessness and, in turn, increase the panic. The wise position is not one of complete surrender, but one of supported awareness. The recommended posture is a seated position. If you are near a sturdy chair, use it. If you are on the floor, lean your back against a wall or a solid piece of furniture. The goal is to be upright, to allow your lungs the maximum possible space to expand, however shallowly. Let your head be supported. If you are leaning against a wall, let it rest back. If you are in a chair, allow your neck to be soft. This upright posture is not just for your lungs, it is a posture of dignity. You are not collapsing under the weight of the event. You are meeting it. You are sitting with it. This sends a powerful message back to your mind. It says, I am present. I am engaged. I am not defeated. Furthermore, you should bend your knees and keep your feet flat on the floor. This position can help to reduce the strain on your heart compared to lying flat or standing. It is a position of stable, grounded rest. Think of a master of calligraphy. Before they make the first stroke, they assume a posture of perfect balance and stability. Their feet are grounded, their back is straight, their breathing is calm. The quality of their posture determines the quality of their art. In this moment, your survival is your art form. Your posture is the foundation of your masterpiece. By consciously placing your body into this supported, seated position, you are doing several things at once. You are physically making it easier for your heart and lungs to do their work. You are mentally reinforcing a state of calm awareness and control. And you are spiritually assuming a posture of meeting a great challenge with grace rather than succumbing to it with despair. Every detail matters: the way your feet connect to the ground, the way your back is supported, the way your hands rest gently on your lap. This act of assuming the correct position is another anchor for your focus. It is a simple, achievable task that you can perform for yourself. It pulls your awareness out of the chaotic narrative of fear and into the tangible reality of your physical body in space. Feel the support of the wall or the chair against your back. Feel the solid ground beneath your feet. These sensations are real. They are present. They are anchors in the storm. The fear is a story about the future. The pain is a sensation in the present. The support of the chair is also a sensation in the present. Choose to place your focus on the support. Let the physical world hold you. You have done the internal work of finding stillness with your breath. Now you are aligning your external form to be in harmony with that inner state. This alignment of body and mind is the essence of self-mastery. It is the practice of bringing your entire being into a unified, purposeful state, even and especially when faced with the greatest of all challenges. Unlocking gateways. After you have found a position of stillness, after your breath has become your anchor, there is one more crucial physical action to consider. It is an act of foresight, an act of trust, and an act that builds a bridge between your solitary struggle and the arrival of help. This is the act of unlocking the gateway to your home. In this moment, you are the keeper of a sanctuary, but it is a sanctuary that help must be able to enter. The paramedics you have called are on their way, but their path can be blocked by a simple lock on your door. The time it would take for them to force entry is precious time that your body cannot afford to lose. Therefore, if you are able and it is safe to do so, you must perform the journey to your front door and unlock it. This may seem like a monumental task. The body is weak, the mind is focused on stillness. But this journey is a pilgrimage of profound importance. Consider the symbolism of this act. You are moving from a state of being closed off and isolated in your crisis to a state of being open and receptive to aid. It is the ultimate expression of the decision you made when you first sought harbor. The phone call was the intention. Unlocking the door is the physical manifestation of that intention. It requires a temporary leaving of your place of rest. You must rise from your supported position. Move with slow, deliberate intention. Do not rush. Every step is a meditation. Feel your feet on the floor. Use the walls and furniture for support. This short walk is a test of your focus and your will. The pain and fear will be your companions on this journey, but they are not the leaders. You are the leader. Your intention to open the way for help is your guide. The simple destination of the front door is your North Star. When you reach the door, the act of turning the lock is another ritual. It is a small movement with immense significance. As you turn the key or flip the deadbolt, do it with full awareness. In this moment, you are unlocking more than just a door. You are unlocking the potential for your own survival. You are removing the final barrier between yourself and the care you need. Once the door is unlocked, your pilgrimage is complete. Your task now is to return to your place of stillness, to your supported seated position. The journey back is as important as the journey there. Move with the same slow, mindful deliberation. Conserve your energy. Your work in the external world is done for now. You have prepared the way. You can now return to the internal work of maintaining your calm. This act of unlocking the door is a profound demonstration of trust and foresight. It is a gift you give to your future self, the self that will be there when help arrives. It is an act of profound compassion for the helpers who are rushing to your side, making their vital work easier and faster. For someone over 60 living alone, this simple piece of wisdom can be the structural element that changes the entire outcome. It is a testament to the idea that self-mastery is not just an internal state of being. It is also the wisdom to interact with the world in a way that supports your well-being. You are not an island. You are a sanctuary, and you have just opened the gates so that grace, in the form of other human beings, can enter. Now you can rest in the knowledge that you have done everything you can. You have prepared the way. Embracing emptiness. We now arrive at the final stage of this journey. It is the most subtle, the most profound, and perhaps the most difficult. You have recognized the storm. You have sought the harbor. You have taken prepared action. You have found a measure of stillness. You have assumed the correct position. and you have unlocked the gateway. You have done everything that can be done, and now there is only waiting. This waiting is a space. We can call it emptiness. The human mind is terrified of emptiness. It rushes to fill it with thoughts, with hopes, with fears, with desperate bargains. The mind will grasp for control, for certainty, for a guarantee of the outcome. But in this moment, there is no certainty. There is no guarantee. The final and most powerful act of self-mastery is to embrace this emptiness. It is to let go. To let go does not mean to give up. It is the opposite. It is the ultimate act of courage. It is the release of your attachment to the outcome. You have done your part. You have steered the ship, sent out the distress call, and prepared the vessel. Now, the storm will do what it will do, and the rescue will arrive when it arrives. Your struggle, your anxiety, your desperate clinging to life will not change these facts. In fact, this inner struggle is counterproductive. It is a fire that consumes your precious remaining energy. It is a tension that constricts your heart. The practice now is to release it all, to surrender not to death, but to the reality of the present moment, whatever it may be. To find peace, not in the assurance of survival, but in the acceptance of the unknown. This is the warrior's final peace, to be able to face the ultimate uncertainty with a calm and open heart. This is the culmination of all your training. All the hours of sitting in silence, of practicing a form, of observing your thoughts. It was all for this. To be able to sit in the eye of the storm, having done all you can, and to be truly, deeply at peace with what comes next. In this state of surrender, a strange and beautiful thing happens. The body, freed from the immense burden of the mind's fear, can devote all of its resources to the physical process of survival. The heart, no longer squeezed by anxiety, can beat more efficiently. The breath, no longer constrained by panic, can find a deeper rhythm. By letting go of the desperate need to live, you radically increase your chances of doing so. This is the great paradox of a spiritual path. It is the wisdom known by every master. True control is found only in surrender. So as you sit, waiting, and a fearful thought arises, what if they don't get here in time? See it, acknowledge its presence, and let it dissolve into the vast emptiness. Do not follow it. Do not fight it. Let it be a cloud that passes. Return to the feeling of the breath. Return to the feeling of the chair supporting you. Rest in the emptiness. Rest in the not knowing. This is the final harbor. It is not a place outside of you, but the deepest place within you. It is the silent, eternal stillness that was there before the storm began and will be there after it has passed. By finding the courage to embrace this emptiness, you transform the most terrifying moment of a human life into its most profound spiritual opening. You are no longer a victim of a medical emergency. You are a master demonstrating the ultimate teaching that peace is not the absence of the storm, but the ability to rest calmly in its center. This journey, from the first recognition of the storm to this final embrace of emptiness, is a form. It is a sequence of movements, both physical and mental, designed to guide you through chaos with clarity and grace. It is not a guarantee, for there are no guarantees in life, but it is a path. It is a structure for meeting the ultimate challenge with the full power of your awareness, your preparation, and your spirit. The practice you do today, in the quiet moments of your life, is the preparation for that one moment when it will matter most. Cultivate your stillness now, so that when the storm arrives, you will know the way to the harbor that lies within. My father had a heart attack alone last year. He said the scariest part wasn't the pain, but the feeling of his own mind turning against him with panic. This is what he needed to hear. The idea of embracing emptiness and not fighting the fear is a lesson I will share with everyone I love. Thank you for this profound wisdom.